Hello again, third grade. So this is completely optional, and it's a way for those of you who are keeping up with me to have something else to do for this last week of school. So I thought it might be fun to explore something I introduced a little bit in the video for volume when we talked about using a measuring cup. So I brought back my glass measuring cup and what I poured into it. So I emptied this bottle of Simply orange juice into my measuring cup to see how much was left. And when I was emptying it, I noticed that on the, excuse me, I had a spider on my neck. On the label, it says nutrition facts, about 7 servings per container. A serving size is 8 fluid ounces. That's the first distinguishing characteristic of the serving size. Let's see if you can see. Yeah, there it is. 8 fluid, it's a little blurry. 8 fluid ounces. And then in the parentheses next to it, it says 240 ml. Now, it's acting like that ml thing with the little parentheses, around it is secondary. And in addition, it's also 240 milliliters. It's not the other way around. If the first thing were milliliters, that would be the most important aspect of it and the one that people were using the most often in this country, which they're not. So being that Simply orange juice is bottled in Apopka, Florida, it is an American company, and I imagine these are American grown oranges. And so when I poured it in, what was remaining, I discovered that there were one, and not quite, it's a little uneven because my hand's not flat, almost 1 1/4 cups. I think it's actually a little less than that. If I put it, no, it is exactly 1 1/4 cups, which is the same thing as almost 300 milliliters. So a serving size was 240. So I have more than a traditional serving size of orange juice left in my bottle of Simply orange juice. And now I'm going to drink it. And while I drink it, I'm going to share with you, pouring it into my water glass. Let's see if my water glass will hold the full serving size, and it does, plus a little bit more. So an extra 60 milliliters went into my serving size. I have more than a serving size, according to the bottle. And we have just explored a little bit about the volume used to measure liquid using something called the metric system. So on this measuring cup also has a measurement for milliliters. That's what the ml stands for. Just like the cups doesn't have to stand for anything, it's short enough. But if I flip it around, right here, this 16 OZ, the OZ stands for ounces. So 300 milliliters of juice I am drinking, and I am going to write now in my math book a little bit about metric measurement for volume. So I'm going to turn this camera, and hopefully it won't go sideways. I'm struggling here with how to keep my video from going, let's see, sideways while let's see if I go like that and then tip it down. I think maybe it won't be, well, maybe it will. If it's sideways, you can still see it. And that's as far down as I can go with this. So I used orange to create my border, and I wrote metric measurement volume, because that's what we started with when I was exploring with you last. And so that's what I showed you with this measuring cup, that we noticed something on it, that there were other symbols besides just ounces, cups, and quarts on this glass. So there are really only 2 volume measurements for the metric system. They are milliliters and liters. So we're going to write that using pencil. I'm going to use my red pencil. milliliters, and this is how you spell it. It's milli, kind of like someone's name. I'll let you get that far while I double check my spelling, because it has been a long time since I have written milliliters out, because most of the time we use the abbreviation. So milli and then the word liter. So the nice thing about this system of measurement is that their names are interchangeable, so to speak. Not exactly. Milliliter is in the liter. So the milliliter is the smallest. Metric measurement of volume. And ml equals milliliter. It's like your initials, right? Sometimes I used to write your initials on your paintings, and instead of Lucy Picasso Herb Downward, I would write LPED, and that way we would know it was Lucy's painting. So it's like milliliters, initials are ml. Then comes liter, and you can draw your L however you like. Liters are the larger metric measurement of volume. And L equals liter. Now, on the next page, we will explore how the relationship is between the milliliter and the liter. And maybe you can guess that we've seen this amount. Here is milliliters on, you can see about the amount of 100 millimeters is a very small amount of liquid. This is not even half a cup of liquid. So it's a small amount of measurement. So if you know that the liter is bigger, then we are going to figure out how many milliliters are in 1 liter. And we know that this is not a liter. This is actually, we don't know that. The total servings, we do have to do some math. This is a little bit tricky. The total servings in this bottle are 7. There are 7 servings, and we said that each serving is 240 milliliters. Now you have a math problem, and this is what it looks like. And we're going to put it on a separate piece of paper, this math problem. So 240 milliliters in 1 serving, and we want to know how many milliliters are in this bottle. So our math problem is 240 times 7. And that's a pretty big multiplication problem. 7 times 0 is 0. And this is a carrying version of multiplication. Now we're going to multiply the 7 times the next place value, which is the tens. 7 times 4 is 7, 14, 21, 28. So we carry the 2 into the hundreds because we have added to our tens. There are 28. 7 times 4 is 28. So now I have 7 times 2 is 14, and then I add the 2, which is 16. There, I have the number 1,680. So there's 1,680 milliliters in this bottle. Now, if we were figuring out how many liters that was, we wouldn't have to work too hard because a liter is 1,000 milliliters. And milli is like the millipede, which is a kind of insect, and it has 1,000 legs. So milli means 1,000. So 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. That means this bottle is 1 liter, and how many milliliters left over? If 1,000 milliliters are in 1 liter. See if you can do that problem and share it with me when I Zoom with you the next time you see me, if you've watched this video while you are waiting to Zoom with me. Okie dokie. Good luck. Have some fun. There's the new optional main lesson page. Bryce, if you're watching this, I know you can do it, so you better do it. Page 10. Get to work. Okay. Bye, 3rd grade.